the ego needs energy, right? The ego is energy, but there's never enough. For the ego, there's never enough of whatever it is that the ego desires. And the problem is that when you're really great at creating, entrepreneurs, creatives, there's always more. There's always more money. There's always the next thing. And so there's this consistent battle with wanting more or wanting peace, wanting what your heart wants, wanting what your soul wants versus this obsession. There's this addiction to, I'll be happy when blank. Life will be better when blank. And I've had enough experiences in my life. I've had enough success. I've made enough money to have come to a definite conclusion that it is untrue. Now, of course, you know this. Everybody knows this. I think most people, at least. But to live by it, to create constrictions in your life that make it so that you don't live through your ego purely, but you live through what you know you really want. That's not easy. And it's not easy for a lot of reasons, because making more money, being more successful, it's this feedback loop. You do more, you get more significance. You're able to drive a cooler car. You're able to travel to cool places. You're able to do more, which is fine. All those things are fine. All those things are great. But there comes a time when the return on investment of more is going backwards. Then you have to ask yourself the question, why are you actually doing something? And why are you actually doing it? Because here's the beautiful part about the ego. The ego will invent a reason. The ego will find something to, and we may call it our purpose, we may call it the reason we're here. But through the desire of the ego to have as much possible energy as possible, it will take everything away from your life that you actually love. And it'll replace it with things that you don't really care about. That are cool in a moment. That are cool to show off to you or to other people. But things that you just don't really actually care about. It'll take you away from your family. It'll take you away from the hobbies you really want to pursue. The things that you say, well, when blank, 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 blank is like this. Because we all know, the quote is true, it's the journey in which is the fun part. The destination can be rather depressing. The anticipation for the thing our ego enjoys more than the actual thing itself. And so from this place, we are able to build a beautiful life, a beautiful business. From this place, we're able to build what serves the greatest version of both ourselves as well as others. Because we don't get diluted with the ego self, the wanting more self. We're able to seize the opportunity that is, if it fell in our lap. It makes it so that instead of having to will our way up the mountain, we're able to simply wake up each morning and feel as if we arrived by default. And the ego, it's so hard. It comes in cycles. It comes in cycles. It's that pulling of two parts of you, the part that perhaps wants to spend time with your family, or the part that wants to travel the world, or the part that wants to, make tens of millions of dollars. It's like there's this part of you that feels an itch. And all those things are fine. Like, it's fine to make lots of money. But I found that the most aligned way isn't the one of the ego. And the one of the ego will actually feel offended. It will feel as if it's like rude not to say yes to this calling, per se. Thus, each morning, each day, we had to wake up and we had to say, am I living today based upon my greatest joy and excitement, or am I living today for some day in the future that may never come, that my ego just wants more energy from? And then you go about your day. Life is too short for living someday in the future.